Hey everyone, it's Chris from Eight Bells. All is well. Just wanted to get on real quick before I head out to visit with my brother and some family, hanging out on a Saturday evening, just the fellas. Because I get it, I get a question, really not a question, but I get this all the time where someone reaches out to me and says, no offense, and I already know what's coming when they start off with that, but I don't know you from Adam, and how would I be, know you're legit and all the other stuff. And all those questions are totally, totally okay. You're not going to offend me because you know what? I used to be you, or I'm still you. In that, in many cases, I'm still you. Um, and anybody who's a dealer should not give you any guff about that because as much as they can tout on, oh, I have this many followers, or I have this, or I have that. I try to do all the things that I think a legitimate type business would have. I started an LLC. I put up a website. I did all the social media connections. I have um, pages. I have marketplaces in all the marketplace platforms. So I try to do all the things that would really kind of forward my legitimacy. And but I knew I had to do more. And that's why I talk about this all the time. Whereas I was not a social media person. I hate the way I look on camera. I think I sound clumsy and silly, and I really didn't do much online. So, but I knew that if I was going to really make a go of this, and I was really going to make this try to be this successful, I needed to be on social media because that's where you the audience see that I'm a real living human person. I'm a, married, have two kids. I live in Southern California, have a real job where I'm a financial analyst for a big insurance company. And I do this as my side hustle just so I can, fund my watch habit. And I don't care how many dealers are out there that have so many followers or so many views or whatever. They always say the same thing: buy the dealer. Buy the dealer, because if you don't trust that dealer, you're never going to work with them. And I would be nothing if I came on here, touted all this stuff, and try to give all this information and great feedback, and I did someone wrong. Because guess what? That's going to make its rounds. It's going to go viral. That's the part that'll go viral for me because I'm not that good at social media. But that would be the part that go viral, that I was a schmuck, or that I tried to defraud somebody or do something like that. All those things make this is why I do the social media. And any dealer, any person you deal with in anything, watches or anything, should not be offended by that comment or that statement, because you know for some of these watches, these are big purchases. These are big purchases. And for you to be able to trust somebody to say, I'm going to hand over this large amount of money so that you can get me this watch, or that you have this watch that I'm going to buy, and you say it's all these things and it is, that means a lot. That you can't break that trust. Certainly I lean into my background as in the military. I certainly lean into my background as a family man, as someone who, and mostly as a person who is a watch enthusiast himself. I've seen countless videos of dealers where they say, oh, I'm not really into watches. It was like a side thing, or they were kind of like into, and I'm into watches. I love the micro brand stuff. I'm my audience, hopefully my audience, because I was on that side and I did all those mistakes and I learned my lessons, and I thought to myself, hey, I can do this better, or at least as good as some of the good ones that are out there. So again, I just want to reiterate, sorry for the tone of this if it's too serious. I like to have a good time. You see, I'm a ham. I try to have a good time, have fun with this. Tell you my experience, but at the end of the day, I want you to know who I am, get to know me, because this is a legit business, and there's others out here. There's 918 watches. There's Queso, there's other dealers that I think we're building a community within, among probably I'm going to call us all Ben's kids, because it seems like we're all part of that tribe of Ben's kids, that really, really are here to support one another, engage with one another, talk with one another, and just have a good time. At the end of the day, guys, it's watches. And I think for us, if I can be a resource for you, great. If I'm not your resource, or if I can't make a sale to you, it's no skin on my teeth. I'm here to do what I can for anyone who wants to reach out to me. And I'm not going to gatekeep. I always say that I'm not going to gatekeep. Anything I learn, I'm going to pass on. But I wanted to convey that message, and I want to let you know it's okay. You can question all these. I want you to be, you know, um, very, very cautious and very, it doesn't mean you have to, you know, do background checks on everybody, but you certainly want to do your due diligence. And any dealer that tells you don't do that, don't deal with them because, I'm more than happy to provide all the references I can, anything I can to convince or at least quell some of those concerns. But at the end of the day, you have to go with what with your gut, and that I will never fault anyone for, because I that was me. That's me today. When I deal with dealers and when I deal with the stuff that I do for my business, that's what I do. So again, sorry for the tone. Let's have a good time. It's Saturday. It's the weekend. Thank you again. This is a great community. All of Ben's kids, and I'll be back soon. Take care.